Hey y'all, welcome back to Cooking with Cream. It's been a while since I uploaded a video onto the YouTube. As y'all know, I've been doing a lot of activism work, supplying people at the protests, going to New York and serving people with food. I'm actually going to start some homeless feeding services this week as well. So Cooking with Cream is not only one thing. I'm one person, but I'm doing many ventures. So y'all have to bear with me when it goes a couple weeks without these videos going. But this is where my heart is at, okay? Now, today we're going to do spicy chicken nachos. And I'm telling y'all, I'm loving this recipe that I came up with, okay? I love recipes where I could be super creative. That's when my juices start flowing. So I went through my cupboards today. I went through my pantry. I went through my fridge. And I started pulling stuff out. And I said, I could add this. I could do this. I could do that. So, baby, I'm telling you right now, these nachos is going to be fire. I ain't stirred you wrong yet. I ain't going to steer you wrong never. We going to get into it. You heard? Okay. Now, as usual, y'all know I always break down the ingredients for y'all so that way y'all know what you need in order to move forward with this recipe. Of course, after the video, when I upload it, I'm gonna put the full description and everything like that in the comment box. But I like to show you what I'm using, so that way you could get a better idea. Okay. So obviously, what I said, spicy chicken nachos. You're gonna need you some chicken breasts. Okay. Now, I found this in the taco aisle. They have a couple different flavors. So this is Tinga de pollo, okay? It's a spicy Mexican. It's with chilies, it's with hot sauce. Usually it's really slow cooked, but the way I'm gonna do it today, I'm gonna cut this chicken up. We're gonna marinate it in this, and then we're gonna put it on the grill. Because one thing about me is I like stuff off the grill. That little bit of char, that little bit of crisp, that little bit of crunch is very good. Okay, so we got our chicken breast, we have our marinade. Okay, we have some chorizo. I'm gonna add some chorizo because it's spicy. Why the fuck not? Avocado. Okay, you can use, this is a Florida avocado. You can definitely use Hass avocados. You can use California avocados. This is the one that they had on sale today. So this is the one we got, honey, okay? And with the avocado, I am going to make a pineapple guacamole. Now, I've made mango guacamole 100 times over. It's one of my favorite ways to make guacamole. But guess what? When I told you I was going through the cupboards and stuff, I seen some pineapples. I said, don't go buy a mango. Put some pineapple in it. That's going to cut. That acidity is going to cut some of that spiciness that we got going on, okay? So we have our chicken. We have our pineapple guacamole. We have our chorizo. Boom. You're going to need some Mexican cheeses. So it don't matter the brand or anything like that. Get you a pack of different Mexican cheeses, okay? We have white onion. We have garlic. We have red onion. We got some green onions. We have manteca. What are we going to use this for? We're going to make refried beans from scratch. Okay, I bet you ain't think you could do that. So I got me some pinto beans. Okay, got me a little bit of garlic powder. What else we got? Some lemons, some limes. I always keep those in stock. If you look behind me, I got lemon, I got lime. I use that on a lot of different things. Okay, so I got that. Boom. Some fajita seasoning. You know what? While we talking, and I'm always talking about going in my cupboards, let's get some taco seasoning out. Why the fuck not? Okay. Now I have me some cilantro. I always keep cilantro, dill, mint, sage, all that stuff. I keep it in my fridge, okay? And these is one of those things you get in a mason. You could put it in a mason jar, add a little bit of water, and it's going to extend the life of your herbs, okay? So you could keep that in there for a few weeks. That's actually been in there for about a month, and it's still fresh, okay? So with the leafy herbs, you could always put it in water in the mason jar, leave it like that. For more of the hard herbs like rosemary and thyme, you roll it up in a wet paper towel, put it in a Ziploc bag, and that's going to preserve the life, baby. Okay, did I show you the al pastor? I got all the goddamn Mexican spices out today. I don't know what I'm using for it. My mind's going to keep flowing. But the fajita, the El Pastor, some garlic I got the taco seasoning. Now, listen, don't kill me, y'all. I know I told y'all I ain't fucking with Goya no more. Goya is a dub. But if it's in my pantry, it's going to get used before we move on to something else. Because I ain't got it like that. And that's just that. So a little bit of the vegetable seasoning. This is gonna go into our pinto beans. We also gonna put a little bit of the chicken bouillon. We're gonna put that in our pinto beans as well. Give it a nice flavor. Now, real quick before I move on, manteca is lard, okay? Pork lard. Obviously, a lot of people don't eat pork anymore. You don't have to use this, but I'm just going for more traditional flavor. And for me, I'm Puerto Rican, baby. I eat pork. I eat it from the ear to the ass. All right? And guess what? It tastes good. And that's just that. And that's just that. I'm probably going to be one of them old Puerto Rican ladies that don't start eating right until the doctor say, listen, you about to die. Figure it out. But until then, we going to keep going. A little bit of olive oil we going to need. I'm actually going to grease our grill with a little bit of avocado oil because avocado has a very high burn point. So if I put it on the grill, it's not going to burn. Olive oil has a lower burning temperature, okay? Now, I know everybody ain't got one of these, but I feel like in every Puerto Rican household, we got one. And I'm not even that Puerto Rican like that. I'm not even like mad Spanish like that. I don't speak Spanish, honey. I ain't grow up with my people, no nothing. But guess what? You can't say nothing bad because I'll get you. But anyway, so I'm going to use this to make our guacamole in. You can absolutely use a fork and a fork in a bowl. That's fine. Same thing for the pinto beans. I am going to use a hand blender for our pinto beans, for our refried beans, in order to break it down. But guess what? You can use a masher. I have a masher as well. Potato masher will work as well. So you can, like I said, substitute the lard. You can use another oil, vegetable oil, corn oil, all that kind of stuff. I like lard. I use lard. I think it's very tasty. Here is what we're going to hit them with a little bit of the remix real quick. I was going to make our chips from scratch, but someone was like, yo, don't do that. We're going to do half Doritos, half regular corn chips. Okay, try to get a Latino brand if you can. This is cheaper than the other whatever brand y'all be using for the Super Bowl. I don't forgot the name. $2.29. Okay, real good. They actually used to be $2 and they just went up. I think it's because somebody discovered avocados and now they use all of the tortilla chips, but we gonna leave that alone. So we have that. Okay, and let's start getting into it. Also, I'm gonna plate our nachos in an iron skillet. Okay, I'm gonna plate our nachos in an iron skillet so that way it can be all pretty. Mix it around, put the cheeses on top. We gonna freak this because guess what? Not only is we gonna make our guacamole, not only is we gonna make our chicken, not only is we gonna make our chorizo. Guess what? We gonna make a cheese sauce. And then I'm gonna put more cheese on top that's not in the sauce. And I'm gonna throw it underneath the broiler real quick so it get nice and bubbly. Baby, stop playing. Stop playing. I hope y'all make this. I hope you love what I'm doing, what I got going on. For real. Let's get into it. Okay, so we're gonna start with our chicken. I have 2 chicken breasts here. As y'all can see, they are whole. This actually will work best if they're a little bit cold or even a little bit frozen because it's going to be easier for you to slice. But what I'm going to do is actually try to slice it as thin as I can. Now, if you have a meat mallet, you could go ahead and, you know, smash it out if you want to. I'm not going to do that right now. So look at this. Look at this. Look how thin that is. So I'm going to try to cut all our pieces into that, okay, or similar to that, because I wanted to hit that grill and I wanted to just get charred real quick and then we roll out. So it's gonna happen. The thinner your meat is, the faster the cooking time. Now you see this, I've let it come up to room temperature, so it's a little bit more difficult to cut right now. But if it was colder, guess what? It'll be easier. It'll be easier. So you see that? Another thin piece, and we're just gonna go from there. Okay, now this taco recipe, I'm only making enough for about 2 to 3 people, so you can absolutely make more. I would say a breast a person. Okay, I would say a breast a person. So see that, now I'm gonna put that in our bowl. Get you a bowl. Put it in your bowl, honey. Same thing with the second breast. And then we're going to pour that marinade on top. Boom. Look at that. That's pretty. Little cutlets. The same thing you do for chicken cutlets. But you want to make them, like I said, thinner. The thinner you make it, the faster the cooking time. If you make it evenly thin, guess what? It cooks even. Because as you can see, you have this big breast here, and you put that on the grill, this side is going to get cooked first when this side is still going to be raw. Why? Because one side takes longer to cook than the other. Okay? So, you can pull, cut, pull, cut, pull, cut. Alright? It don't have to be even because actually we're going to chop it up once it's done anyway. But I just still want it to be, you know, somewhat unison. As I said, I need it to cook evenly. Alright, there we go. Okay, so we got all our chicken in the bowl. Okay, y'all, now that we got our chicken in the bowl, I'm going to go ahead and take some of this taco seasoning and put it in there like that. Okay. I'll say like a little, what's that, little quarter cup of the taco seasoning. A little bit of olive oil. Drizzle that around. And that's just so that way, not only does it add a little bit of flavor, but it's going to help it not stick to the grill. Boom. I've opened up our marinade. I've opened up our marinade. Look at that. Trying to see, let y'all see without me pouring it out. Okay, it is thick, so I'm gonna pour it all over. That's that ancho chili, that's that hot sauce, all of that. Okay, I'm gonna pour that all over, and you're gonna mix it. Now this your food, so you can mix it with your hand. Okay, you can mix it with your hands. I don't like people that season their food and don't use their hands. Oh my goodness. Okay, look at that. All full. We're going to let that marinade while we get everything else together. Okay? Let that marinade. Alright, I'm outside on my patio. Look at my little balcony. Y'all see that? Okay, so now what I'm going to do actually is go ahead and turn the grill on while our stuff is marinating. We're going to get our guacamole together. We're going to get all that other stuff together. Okay, so I'm out here. I have an electric grill on my balcony because if not, they'll put me out, honey. So, yeah. So we got our grill. We're going to turn it on. I always turn it on to the highest heat. So that way it could set a nice char on the outside, and then you could lower it down if you need to. Okay, y'all, let's get started on the beans. Refried beans. So I have an onion that I'm gonna dice up, and I'm gonna put it in there while it's cooking. Pinto beans, you can also use black. Manteca, which is lard. You can also use vegetable oil, corn oil. I like manteca. Fresh garlic, garlic powder, fajita seasoning. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to get that. Now, so now what I'm actually going to do is go ahead and cut some of our onion up. Not a lot. I would say a quarter of a small onion. Okay. Now, remember, you want to always take the outer peel off. You can't eat that. You don't want to eat that. It ain't going to taste good. Now, since I'm using the blender, this does not have to be even. If you are going to use the masher, I would suggest you make really small dices or even grate it into your beans because you don't want that very strong, sharp onion taste. And nobody really wants big chunks of onion, okay? So I'm just going to rough chop this. I'm going to rough chop it because once I hand blend it, it's going to turn into a little paste anyway, or a little mushy. And that's fine. And that's fine, so boom. Okay, now we got our fresh garlic. We'll do about 2 cloves of this. 2 cloves of this. Let's just break down the outside. Twist it. It's a bunch of different layers, so. Oh, good. We got some big cloves, so I'm going to bust that on open. Just 1. And here goes 2. Nice 2 big chunks. Okay, now the easiest way for you to get the peel off of this, use the back of your knife, and you're gonna take your hand and whack that bitch. Look at that. So now it opened up. Now it opened up, And guess what? We're just gonna peel off the outside. Get that nice garlic that's in there. Nice garlic that's in there. If you need to smash it a few times to make the peel come off easier, you go ahead and do that. Okay, so that's one that we smashed and bust one open. Here is the other. Okay. That one look a little bit rotten inside, so guess what I'm gonna do? Just use half of it. Boom. Okay. Use half of that, and that's fine, because we're gonna add some garlic powder, some salt, some pepper. Oh shit, I forgot to tell you before. We're gonna use some of that salad seasoning, the vegetable seasoning, some of the chicken bouillon. Gonna be amazing. So again, I'm gonna rough chop this. Doesn't have to be perfect, because once you blend it, it's gonna be a little bit better. So remember, fuck Goya, but we're using the veggie seasoning, some of that. Fuck Goya again. We're gonna use the chicken bouillon, okay? I got the pinto beans, and guess what? I'm gonna strain these because we don't need any of that juice. Now, typically when you make refried beans, if you go to somebody abuela's house, it's gonna be made with fresh beans, but baby, I ain't got time for no dry ass fresh beans to be cooking them for an hour. All right, so now look, it has all melted down. It has all melted down, so we're gonna go ahead and start putting our ingredients in there. We can put all the ingredients at the same time. So I have the beans. Ooh, y'all hear that sizzle? I have the full can of beans that's going in there. I have our onion and our garlic that is gonna go in there. Okay, I have our garlic powder that I'm gonna shake in there. Maybe a little teaspoon of that. Some black pepper. Some of the chicken bouillon. Okay, not a lot. Maybe a quarter pack. And a quarter pack of some of this vegetable seasoning. I'm gonna mix that through, and I'm gonna let this fry up for a couple minutes. I don't have it on a high heat. I do not have it on a high heat. And then we're gonna blend it in a couple minutes. Okay. Let that fry through. Ooh, that's gonna be good. So we have everything in the pot. Our manteca, our veggie seasoning, our chicken seasoning, our beans, our garlic, our pepper, our onions. Yeah, so let that work up for a couple minutes, and then we're gonna blend. All right, y'all, so they've been frying up for a little while. I'm actually gonna start blending, and hopefully it turns into a paste with the hand mixer, and blend it until it's nice and smooth, okay? Blend it on low, because remember, it's still very hot. So after a few minutes of blending and pulsing, this is how your beans is gonna look. Like a nice paste. You can have a little bit of chunks in there, because you know what you're eating. You don't want baby food, okay? And now I'm gonna put this in a bowl, and I'm gonna let it cool. Let's get working on our chorizo now, okay? So same thing, a little bit of the manteca. You know, I told you already, you can substitute it. For this, I'm only gonna use about a tablespoon, okay? Gonna put that into our pan. Now you could omit the chorizo. You can use a different type of sausage if you want. Now chorizo is a Spanish spicy sausage, okay? I found this actually for 99 cents over at the Walmart. They have beef chorizo too. Please understand though that a lot of turkey, chicken, beef sausages and all that still be wrapped in pork casing. So if you're gonna substitute your sausage, be aware of what it says on the back. Look at the ingredients and all that fun stuff to make sure that you're still not eating pork. So I'm just gonna cut this tube with a little scissor. Okay. Now this is without the casing. It's just pure chorizo meat. You see that? Pure chorizo meat. So that manteca is melting very quickly. Very quickly. So I'm going to use a different spoon. I don't know why I took this plastic spoon out. I'm going to put about half. because this is just like a little garnish. All right, it's not our main thing. Our main thing is that spicy chicken that's still marinating that we gonna throw up on the grill in a couple seconds. I'm gonna get a fork for this. I'm gonna start breaking it down with the fork. Now, chorizo has a lot of fat in it already, so remember you're putting it in that manteca. It's gonna pop at you, baby. So be careful. I'm gonna break this down. Make sure it's cooked all the way through. So that literally takes seconds for it to cook. We done with our chorizo now. We're gonna put that off to the side and go get our chicken on the grill. All right, you see our grill is at 500 degrees, which means, guess what? When we put that shit up on there, it's gonna sear real. That grill with some grease. Might catch on fire, so just be careful. But you want to make sure you grease it, because guess what? You don't want your chicken to stick. Look at that. You hear that? Ooh. You hear that? Don't want your chicken to stick. You want it to sizzle. A little saucepan. We're going to make our cheese sauce while our chicken is up on the grill. Excuse my stomach. So you don't need nothing but your cheese and a little bit of milk. The milk is gonna let it melt, have something to melt down into. You can make a roux if you want to, but for this, to make a nice just nacho cheese sauce, you don't really have to. So I'm gonna let that milk start to get together. I'm actually gonna hit it with a little El Pastor seasoning. El Pastor seasoning has some of that dry pineapple in it too, so that's gonna go well with our pineapple guacamole. Our Mexican cheeses, I'm gonna put maybe a handful or two. You don't need too much. A handful at a time. Don't put too much all together because it's gonna clump up and it's not gonna melt down. Cheese in there. We'll get that start working. If you need to add some more milk, you go ahead and do that. Okay? Like I said, you want it to have something to melt into. So you go ahead and do that. So, and don't rush it. Don't rush your cheese sauce. Nobody wants burnt cheese. Don't rush it. Okay? Alright, look how quick that was and how easy that was. I guess that's time for us to flip our chicken. Look at them nice grill marks on that. So we'll flip all our chicken, go back to our guacamole, and then we'll be set to top everything. All right, y'all, we almost done. We got our cheese sauce, we got our chorizo, we got our refried beans. Our chicken is almost off the grill. We just flipped it. Now we gotta make our guacamole, okay? Then we're gonna go into plating. And we're gonna be done. It's gonna be amazing. I can feel it. I know it. I know it. So let's get into this guacamole. Why the fuck not? Guacamole. We got our avocado. I'm gonna use half of this because it's huge. Okay, if you use a Haas avocado, they're usually gonna be about half this size. So tomorrow I'll probably do some real Spanish stuff. I love avocado. I remember growing up, I ain't like it at all. It used to be on every plate. Ooh, look at that. Our pig came out by itself. That don't ever happen. I'm about to go play the number. You just gotta make sure you peel that. You see that? Peel that off. You do not want that at all. Oh my goodness, this avocado is nice and soft and juicy. Oh my, ooh, it's gonna be good. All right, so we're gonna remove that skin, which would normally come off with the seed. I guess this is gonna be the side we use. Maybe. This side is bigger. Did I do it even? Did I do it even? I think this side a little bigger. I want more guacamole, so I'm gonna do the same thing. Peel that skin off. The other side will be for tomorrow. I'll put that little side of the dish. Whatever I make tomorrow, because I cook almost 7 days a week. Almost. Okay, now, boom, baby. I'm about to slice this hoe. These don't have to be even because they about to get mashed. Slice it, slice it, slice it. And then we're gonna put it in our Boullion. This is the Boullion. We're gonna put it in there. Now, take the back. Usually use a spoon. Take the back of your spoon and circle around the whole skin so all of that comes out. And then we're gonna put it in there. Okay, I'm gonna get it right in there. Oh, that's nice and mother. Ooh, that's a good avocado. That is a good avocado. This is about to be fire. And put it in. And put it in. Now, move that to the side. What you need? Cilantro. So, break off some. Break off some. If you see some wilted leaves, remove those. Wilted leaves like that. No, thank you. Remove those. You could chop it with a knife, rough chop it, or you could cut it with a scissor. Now, I do have better knife skills than this, but my nails is sort of a disability. I don't be wanting to cut my nail. Now, depending on how much you love cilantro, you add more or you add less, and you cut it up finer if you want a little bit of flavor cilantro. If you want a lot of flavor of cilantro, you leave it large. I'm going to take that and put that in our Boullion as well. Okay. Red onion. You don't need a lot. Nobody wants a lot of onion flavor, because onions do tend to be spicy. Okay, take that top layer off. That's that. I guess you would call it onion skin, right? Take that top layer off, like I did with the other onion. You don't want that. And this one, I'm gonna try to cut it as thin as possible. No, this is not the ideal way of cutting it, but I don't give a fuck, because it's gonna come out fire. And that's it. So we're gonna dice it, meaning we're gonna make little squares. You know, making these videos and doing lives and all that kind of stuff, that shit is a lot of work. People don't understand. People think I be in my mind like stressing. Like, say the right thing, do the right thing, look the right way, act the right way, while still being myself, because y'all know that's a big part of what I'm doing. Major part in what I'm doing. Being my motherfucking self. Cursing, drinking, telling it how it is, and that's that. And if you don't like it, I don't give a fuck. So I'm gonna put that in the Boullion as well. Okay. Now you need a garlic. So, I have a clove out. I'm gonna use 1 clove of garlic. 1 clove of fresh garlic, and I'm gonna use a little bit more of that garlic powder, maybe, or not. A little bit of salt. Take off the end of that garlic seed too. Take off the end, because you don't want that root or stem or whatever, whichever way you want to describe it. You don't want that. Boom. Okay, smash that a little bit more, because just like the onion, big chunks of garlic do not taste well. Now we got our little bit of garlic. Put that in the Boullion. We're gonna get a little bit of pepper shake. Boom, boom. A little bit of salt shake. That's sea salt. I always use sea salt. We'll move this big ass cutting board to the side so we can get into it a little bit better. Move our Boullion up. Okay. Oh, our pineapples. How the fuck can I forget our pineapples? How can I forget our pineapples? I got pineapple chunks here. I'm gonna put a couple in there. It's gonna break down. Ooh, I'm stuffing the hell out of this thing. I might need more space. Okay, so let's start with a couple pineapple chunks, and then we could go ahead and add more. Then the final thing is, you need your acid. You need your lime. You need your lemon. You need your lime. Okay, so I have a juicer. Hit it with some of this. Oh shit, all that lime juice. If I would have did it just by squeezing it, that wouldn't have worked. Okay, now that's also gonna make it so it doesn't get brown faster. I'm only gonna do a little bit of lemon, okay? That's just because that's my preference. People usually don't use lemon, but I'm not people, I'm cream. And now we gonna smash it. Look at that. You see everything in the bowl? All right, now we're gonna get to work in it. We're gonna get to work in it. If stuff come out, put it back in. Oh shit. You see that? So you're gonna be gentle with it, because we did overstuff it. You're just gonna keep going until it get nice, and you can make it chunky or you can make it smooth. And so the less you do, the chunkier it's gonna be. The more you do, the smoother it's gonna be. I like it. All right, so I took our guacamole up out of the Boullion, and it's chunky. That's them pineapple chunks, so I don't mind that, because that's gonna be a nice burst of sweetness. Okay, now as you can see, our guacamole is not that green, and that's because that's the color that nature gave us for our avocado. Okay, different avocados have different coloring, but this is gonna taste amazing all the same. All right, y'all, chicken is done, and it is beautiful. Look at that. Look at them grill marks. Look at them grill marks. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna chop it up into nice bite-sized pieces, because we're gonna throw that on top of our chips. And you want a piece of chicken almost in every bite, because why not? Okay, our marinade created a nice crust on the outside, so this is gonna be amazing. Oh, I wish I could taste this. It is good, honey. That is good. I'm gonna chop this all up. We're gonna get the plate in. We got everything in the works. We got our guacamole. We got our chorizo. We got our cheese sauce. We got our extra cheese on the side. Listen. They said basketball back. If basketball back, make this at home. Watch motherfucking basketball. Whoever be playing LeBron and them. I don't know them people. Okay. Watch them. Make you some nachos. You're gonna be lit. Alright, y'all, we got our chicken cut up. Let's get into it. I'm gonna spray the bottom of this pan so that way it don't stick. A little bit of ham. I turned my oven on to broil. So guess what? It's getting nice and hot, and we're gonna throw our bitches in there. Boom. Open up our regular. My hands is wet, so I can't even open the damn chip bag. Alright, let's open up our regular, get some of those in there. Get some of those in there. Alright, little layer of that. Boom, little layer of that. Doritos. Little layer of that. Okay. Little layer of that. Ooh, these gonna be so fire. A little bit more of the traditional. A little bit more of the Dorito. And look at that. Okay, look at that. Hey, I know the camera angles ain't ideal, but it's just me, baby. Work with it. Cool. All right, we got our chips. That looks pretty as hell. What we gonna do next? I'm gonna take the cheese sauce we made, and I'm gonna put that over this. Remember, it's not a lot because we're gonna do a second layer, but I'm gonna put it all over the top of them chips. Oh, it's so sticky. I'm gonna put it all over the top of them chips. All right, baby. Put that on top of them chips. I'm trying to get it all out the pot. It's sticky. That's all those different cheeses that's in there. So, got that over the top. Cheese. Okay. Look, I'm going to take one of the chips and I'm just going to scrape it off. There we go. So, we got our cheese sauce on there. What we going to do next? I'm going to hit it with a little bit of that chorizo. Just a little bit everywhere. A little bit of that chorizo. Okay. Chorizo everywhere. Okay. Put all the hot ingredients on there first. All right. These is looking pretty. What we going to do next? Oh, beans. We have our refried beans. So we're going to do a couple of dollops of that. A couple of dollops. Okay? A couple of dollops of that. This is looking so pretty. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You know? In the middle, because why fucking not? Oh my goodness. All right. We're going to dollop of beans everywhere. All right, now let's do our chicken. Chicken everywhere. Oh my goodness. Put some of that chicken all over here. Chicken everywhere. Chicken every fucking where. Chicken. Did I drop a piece? Chicken everywhere. Okay, this is looking so pretty. Now, what I told you, a double layer of cheese, back of your cheese. Now you're gonna cover this with the cheese. Cover it with the cheese. Wow. I'm gonna cover that with the cheese. Shit. And guess what? Now this gonna go in your oven. And that cheese is gonna melt down real quick because it's on broil. Now this is our chip layer, our bean layer, chorizo, chicken, and more cheese on top. Okay? Now this is gonna go in the oven, and it's gonna go in the oven for maybe 2 minutes max. As long as that cheese melts on top, we are good. So we got our nachos out of the broiler. Look at that. Look at all that melted cheese on top of everything. Now we're gonna do our cold condiments. So I'm gonna take our guacamole, pineapple guacamole, and put that in the middle. Put that in the middle. Oh, that is a beautiful color. Look how yellow and bright that is. Then you got the hint of green and the hint of red. Put that right in the middle. Wow, that is something else. Something else. You got chunks of the pineapple. You got chunks of everything. You got that. Sour cream. I ain't tell y'all sour cream in the beginning. I forgot about it, honey. And that's not something you want to forget about with any Mexican dish. So we're going to put a little bit of sour cream on that side. A little bit of sour cream on that side. Making this nice and pretty. I got some lime wedges. I'm going to put a couple lime wedges in that bitch. I'm actually going to take one of them and go above the top. Go around with it. Go around with it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Boom. You can put that to the side like that. Act like we ain't use it. Okay. Now I got some fresh cilantro. Just pull this with your hand. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it. With the top. Have all that green on there. I'm telling y'all. This look like some of the best nachos I ever made. Look at that. And now I'm going to hit it also with a little bit of green onion. And take the scissor to that. Take the scissor and hit it with a little bit of the green onion. Just as a garnish. Oh my goodness. I love green onions. You could grill these, eat them raw. Use it as a garnish. Make your dish nice and pretty. I'm cutting and it's falling over. All right now. Look at that. Look at that there. That's our final product, y'all. It took us about an hour, and that's fine. But that is our final product. Ooh, I'm telling you, these is for ready for anybody tailgate. Alright, y'all, we done. We finished our spicy chicken nachos. We got pineapple guacamole. We got chorizo. We got our chicken. We got 2 different types of chips, 2 styles of cheeses, cheese sauce, cheese shredded, sour cream, little green onion on top, little lime drizzle on top. Baby. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, don't forget our homemade refried beans. Food make me happy, y'all. Oh, that right there is it. That pineapple guacamole. That right there is it. If I had a boyfriend, I'd rub that shit on his chest. Get you some of that. Get you some of that. Look at that. A little bit of everything. Nah, I'm about to bust these shits down. As usual, thank y'all for tuning in. I'll fuck with y'all. Until next time, description below, ingredients below, how to make it below. If you want to support anything with Cooking with Cream, go on my Twitter bio, click on my link tree, or you can click on my YouTube link tree. And there's plenty of different ways you can fuck with me. I love y'all. Amazing.